Hello, friends, fans, and dairy products of all ages. This is Cheese of Ages, here with a quick video. The title below will indicate what the subject matter is, but basically I took down my review of the Barbarian because of several factors that I stated incorrectly in it, one of which I will address in this video, because I wasn't able to record a full review as I would want to in depth because of computer issues which are still going on. So I'm going to have to make this quick again. So that aside, the Barbarian full-fledged review will be a bit late. But right now we're going to talk about a mechanic that I got wrong, that thankfully isn't as bad as I thought it was, but is still, from a fundamental design standpoint, complete bullshit, nonsensical stupidity. The same way as skill dice is a testament to the design mentality going into DnD next, which is laziness and, well, just laziness. Skill dice are there to fix a mechanical problem because they can't think of anything else to do with it, and all these other things. And they're trying to extol values of how you can do this and this and this that you can't actually still do with static modifiers. But it's just laziness. And they can't figure out a freaking right reason. But where I'm going to harp on right now is lazy editing, which the 2-up and fighting problem from previous reviews is a testament to. That is shittily written, all from top to bottom. They need to fix that. And I will go into that in another thing. But what we're talking about right now is AC. Because of the poor layout of the playtest materials, I was mistaken in thinking that suddenly you don't have a 10 to your base armor anymore because the 10 is in the armor. In previous editions, when you're unarmored, well, no, there's no condition like that. In previous editions, your armor is a base 10 that everybody is 10 evasive, regardless. And then there's your dexterity modifier, because if you've got more dexterity, you're more agile. And then to that you add your armor and your shield as separate bonuses. Easy, simple. 10 plus your dex, plus your armor, plus your shield. And it's even intuitive from an explanation and design standpoint, because it's representing adding those numbers to your existing number is simulating adding armor to your body. So it's easy to explain, and also represents it concisely. What's wrong with D&D Next's approach to AC? I mentioned before that the 10 is in the armor. Doing this way, which has no reason to be done this way, essentially makes it where there's 2 different rules for your armor class, depending on whether you're armored or not. They do the same thing, but it's basically splitting the same mechanic into 2 for no reason. When you're unarmored, you get a 10 plus your dexterity modifier. If you're a monk, you add wisdom to that as well. If you're a barbarian, you also add constitution to that. But the base rule is 10 plus your agility modifier. Now, adding armor to your body completely changes the rule. Instead of 10 plus dexterity modifier plus armor plus shield, you instead add the number on the armor, like for leather armor 13, and then you add your dexterity modifier. So armor plus your agility. So fundamentally, armor completely removes your natural ability to evade and completely replaces it with armor. It creates the problem of armor being the sole reason you're not being hit, because it's replacing that 10 that is just you moving around with armor. So it's simulating that you suddenly, even if you're wearing just leather armor that's barely covering anything of you, if you're wearing a chainmail bikini that gives you just 1 more point of armor than you would normally have, suddenly you are not evasive. That chainmail bikini is completely keeping you from moving around naturally and replacing it with just hard hittingness. That chainmail bikini gives you a whole 11 points of defense. It's not 1 point to top your normal evasiveness. That's just silly. Even ignoring the fact that this makes it where there's 2 mechanics simulating the same thing and that results in the same total. and adds complexity, it also misrepresents what it's trying to represent. It's just stupid. There's no reason to do it this way. Not at all. It breaks things and adds complexity. Instead of one rule that is very concise that I've explained already in this video, 10 plus agility plus armor plus shield, now it's that your 10 plus your agility when you're unarmored, and your armor plus your agility if you're armored. It's still reasonably simple, but why? Why simulate it that way? It's not really any simpler. Somebody that's new to the game is going to misunderstand and think that you add the full bonus, like 10 plus agility plus armor, and is going to come out with like a 26 when they are normally supposed to only have a freaking 10 less than that. Some person from a previous edition is going to make that mistake. Until somebody clears it up, it's like, oh, it's actually separate rules. And why the hell is suddenly, no matter the level of armor you're wearing, effectively representing completely removing natural evasiveness and replacing it with stoutness? This leather is giving you 13 armor and replacing that 10 natural, I get out the way because I exist and I'm moving 10. You're not moving anymore. That 10 is not you moving anymore. It's armor. That leather armor, if that greatsword, if that freaking storm giant with the axe the size of a bus fails to hit you, it's because that axe the size of a bus hit your leather armor. It's not because you got out of the way of that thing. This rule breaks things and doesn't make a single damn bit of sense. Here, let's split this rule into that does the same thing into two separate rules that do the exact same thing, and create an issue in the process rather than just keep it the same damn way. It doesn't simplify anything. It adds complexity, only a little, but it still adds complexity. Plus, it breaks existing mechanics. So why the hell put it in there? This is Cheese of Ages signing off.